Okay, now we'll see how to read and write, get the row count from the Excel sheet. Okay, so first there are some steps you have to do for the Excel sheet before when you want to work on the Excel sheet. Okay, now first I'll just go and take an old Excel sheet. I'll go to G drive. Here I have data.xlx. Okay, so first what is the respective informations you have to do means, okay, open and create a new Excel sheet or open an existing sheet. I am opening an existing sheet. The first one, what you have to do means, if you want to work on the Excel sheet, okay, go to file, save as. First save your Excel sheet in the .xlsx format, data.xlsx you have to give. Then this save type you have to give it as 2007 or 2010 format. Okay, if you are not having 2007 or 2010 format in your respective system, make sure that you are selecting Excel workbook. 2007 or 2010 format you have to check. If you are not having that one, make sure that you are selecting the Excel workbook. That's it. Then save the respective file. Okay, I'll replace this one. That is the first step you have to do. Okay, I'll also make sure right here. Precautions, Excel sheet. Save the Excel sheet with .xlsx format and the save type as you have to make sure that 2007 2010 format, 2007 to 10 format, or save it as Excel workbook. That is what you have to do. Next, okay, which are the places you will know when you are going to work on Excel sheet, you will know which are the places you are going to read or write in the Excel sheet. Okay, so make sure that you select those places and then right click and then make the format cells to click on the format cells and select it as text. Usually it will be there in the general format. You have to select it as text. You have to select it as text, then click on OK. Okay, why you have to select it as text means, okay, usually for example I am going to use, this is what it's present in general format. Can you see? It will be in general format. Okay, right now I am going to enter 12 May. I am going to enter 12 May in this place and I click on enter. Right now it's here, it's coming as 12 May here, but you can see the original thing is taking as 5/12/2014. That means it's been converting here. Always the Excel sheet will have its own formulas for each and every cells. That should not be applied for our automation. That's why I will make here this one. See, I will make it as format cells to text. Then I'll make it as OK. Then I'll make here 12 May. Now if you see here, that will be showing as 12 May only. That's the thing. The same thing here, if you see, it will be showing as 5/12/2014. That's why we will make it as text here. That is, what are the information I have entered, that only should come to my respective coding also. That's why we are making it as text format here. Okay, now right now I don't need this one, I'll just delete it. Okay, if it is an Ubuntu machine, okay, it's not alone you have to save it as a text file. Okay, you have to also make sure that you are also giving here borders. For Windows it's not a problem, if you save it as text that will work, but if it's a Ubuntu machine, Linux machine you are working na, there you will find the Excel sheet na, that will be LibreOffice. That one also you have to save it as .xls format, but Once you give it as borders, then only it will be converted as a total formatted cells. Otherwise it will be just changing it as a text value, but it will not be converting to a real format there. So why you are making that format and then you are making as text all those information means, okay, those things will be considered as an active cells for you. Okay, when you are finding the row count, it will find the row count for the active cells alone. That's why in Ubuntu machine, if you make it as the borders, then only that will be considered as an active cells. So when I give the row count, what will happen? It will give me 0, 1, 2. Like that the count will give me. It will not go and check for these things. That's the usage of this one. Okay, now I'll give Control S. Okay, now I'll just go to the respective program. Now what I have done here, I have created a class get row count in Excels. Okay, here I am having static int row count is equal to 0. Right now I am creating a global level static variable, okay, integer variable, and giving it as row count as 0. Okay, first I am giving it as a row count as 0. Then I am giving file input stream. The same thing in properties file also we use file input stream. For what? To give the location information where my property file is present. Here you are giving the location information where my Excel sheet is present in the file input stream. Then you are creating workbook factory, creating an object for the workbook class. Here what you are doing, you are creating a copy of the workbook. Here also what will happen, same as a text file, every information will be taken in the copy, then only things will be done here also. Okay, I am taking the copy. Okay, I am creating an object for the workbook, then I am creating the sheet information. In the workbook information, I will give the respective object of the file input stream. Then in the sheet class, while I am creating an object, I will give the information of my respective sheet name. Okay, what is the sheet name here means, if I come to my respective sheet, here the sheet name is sheet 1. If I am changing it to, for example, dummy data, if I give, what will happen, the sheet name will be dummy data. Okay, I need to make it as sheet name as dummy data. I need to give the sheet name, I need to pass here. Okay, in the method name called get sheet method, that will accept me dummy data, the string variable it will accept. Then here I am having a variable called, that is already we created a local global level variable, na? That one I am using row count is equal to s dot get last row number. In the sheet class, okay, I am having get last row number. Okay, that get sheet is of what? Workbook method. In the workbook class we have a method called get sheet. Okay, that one I am storing in the sheet class. Okay, right now s dot get last row number is what? Is a method in the sheet class. That one. Okay, in that method what it will do, it will get me the active cell row count. That's what it will give me. Okay, s dot get last row number. Then I am just printing what is the row count information. Okay, I'll just run this one. Exception on thread. Right now I'll see what is the problem. Null pointer exception. 18th. I'll just see. I'll make sure that some problems may happen here. I'll making only those things as right click. I'll make it as text. Okay. Then I'll save this one. Now I'll run. I'm getting 2. Why before it came as null pointer exception means, okay, before here in this file there were some information here, 10 was there. Okay, I'll save this one. Now if I run this one, see, ten is coming. 10 means actually the row number is 10, it's not that 10, 13. I'll just give, I'll run this one. The row count is what? 10 right now. Okay, now I'll delete this one. I'll save. Now I'll run. 2 I am getting. Okay, sometimes what will happen, this will throw me null pointer exception. Okay, the thing is what means, for example, if I make it as 13, I'll make format cells to text. I'll click on OK. I'll run this now. I'll delete it. If I run perfectly, it will give me the answer. I'll just give. I'll run now. 11. Sometimes what will the problem will happen means, here it will not, if it's not formatted properly, that time it will give me a null pointer exception. That's the problem happened before. Row count it will take as 0, 1, 2. It will be taking in the index value here, the row count here. Okay, that's why it will be coming here for me 2 there right now. I'll run this one. 11 is coming. Okay, but this one, what's happened, I deleted it, but it's still formatted to text here, so that's why it's coming as 11 there. I'll just make sure to save. Now it will give me as 2. Okay, why there it's coming means, okay, for example, you want to work on some sheets, you will not be writing some informations, but that also is an active cells means, if you format to text, then that will be considered as an active cells. For example, right now it came as 2 now, so this one also I'll format to text, and then I'll give borders. I'll save. Now what will be the row count for me is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 will be the row count for me. If you make it as text, that will be considered as a active cells. That's what. This is what about your row count, getting the row count information. Next we'll see how to read the information from the Excel sheet. That's what. Now I'll go to the Excel sheet. I'll make this one only 2 alone. I don't want other things to be formatted. Reading from the Excel sheet I'll go. If you come here, in the reading from the Excel sheet, here also I'll have the global variable row count, which is static one, make it as 0, then string return value, that is empty. I'm making, that is right now I'm going to read the information. Okay, that one right now I'm creating a variable, making it as empty here. Okay, so here what I'm gonna do, I'll see. Right now we don't want this one, sorry, I don't need this one right now, I don't need. Okay, I'll want only the row count information alone right now. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, file input stream, I'm getting the Excel sheet location information. Then using the workbook factory, when I'm creating it, I'm just giving the information of the file input stream I gave. Now what I'm going to do, I'm creating a sheet. Okay, that means a copy I'm going to create. Here also what's happening, everything as the text file, I'm going to create a copy in the backend. That's what I'm doing here. Here I'm going to give the sheet name. Okay, using the method which is there in the workbook class. Okay, get sheet method, there I'm going to give the sheet name. Right now my sheet name is what for me, dummy data. Okay, that is my sheet name. I'll just come over here, I'll give the sheet name as dummy data. Then here in the sheet class I have a method name called row, get row. Okay, in the get row I'm going to give the row number, I'm going to give that one, I'm going to store in the row class object. Okay, there I have stored here. Then after that, in the row class I have a method called get cell. Okay, that information I'm going to give the cell number, that is the column number. That one I'm going to store in the cell class. Totally 3 things. One, in the workbook class I'm giving the file input stream object information. In the sheet class I'm giving the sheet information. Okay, the method is for from where, from the workbook class. From the workbook class the method name is sheet, get sheet. Now in the row class object I'm giving get row, which is a method of the sheet class. There I'm giving the row number, and then in the row class I have a method name called get cell. There I'm giving the column number, and then I'm storing in the cell object. Then finally here I'm giving cell. This printing, if I giving a cell, what will happen, this will print me what is present there, what is present under the 2, 1 row. Okay, that will be given for me. That's what we are going to see there. Clear now? Now string cell value, cell dot get string cell value. What is this means? Right now I got the information from the cell variable. Okay, that one I am, when I am getting it, receiving it, I am converting it to a string value, because I need to store it in a string variable. Okay, that's why I am having a method called, in this cell class I have a method called get string cell value. The respective information what you got, you are converting as a string value and then storing it in a string variable. Then finally you are printing cell val, the respective variable. That's it. I'll run this one. Right now in 2, 1, what is present? We'll see. Okay, right now I'm getting B and B, one for cell, another one is for cell value. For both I'm getting B and B. Okay, we'll see here. Okay, right now what is the information I have given here means row number is 2, cell number is 1. Okay, I'll go here. Row number is what? 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2, and cell number is what? 0, 1. That's what B I'm printing there. Clear now? That's what 0, 1, 2, 0, 1. That's what I'm printing there. That's what about your reading from the Excel sheet. Okay now? Now we'll go to the writing in the Excel sheet. Okay, to write in the Excel sheet, okay, the area where you need to write also should be formatted to text, or else it will throw a null pointer exception. Okay, the same thing for reading or writing, anywhere you have to make sure that that one is been formatted to text. Make sure, then only that will be working. Okay, right now this side I have not formatted. Okay, so I'll just run this one. What are the two precautions? One is that one should be formatted to text. The next one, make sure you close the Excel sheet when you are writing. Okay, that is also important. When you are writing, that Excel sheet should be closed. If it is not closed, it will be throwing you an error that it's already used by some other process. Okay, for example, right now the Excel sheet is not closed. Okay, right now I am changing here also dummy data as the sheet name. Okay, right now the sheet is open. I'll run this one, see what happens now. I'll be getting an error. Okay, what is the error here means? Null pointer exception. Okay, okay, first it's giving me that information, null pointer exception. I'll just give this one is 2 and 1. On the second row, on the first column, write information I'm giving. Okay, I'll just tell you this, explain this then. Proceed. See here, what is the output I'm getting? Okay, file not found exception. Okay, what is the problem is the data.xls. Okay, this one, the process cannot access the file because it is being used by another process. That's what. So make sure that you are closing this respective Excel sheet. That's what. Okay, now I'll close this one. Now same thing I'll run. See what happens now. Now when I run it, it will be giving an Excel file is written. Now we go to the respective sheet. Open Excel sheet. It will write 150 here, what I have passed. Okay, now we'll see the program information. Okay, see here, same thing. The file input stream class, I'm giving the location information of my Excel sheet. Next, in the workbook class, when I'm creating an object, I'm giving the respective file input stream object. Then in the sheet, I'm giving the respective sheet name, and then after that in the row, I'm giving which row need to be read, and then here I'm giving which column to be, sorry, which row, which column to write there, I'm giving there. So there I used get row, there also get row, here I need to write there, so that's why I'm using here create cell. There what we did, we used get cell in the reading. Right now what I need to write there, so I need to create a copy of the respective cell information in my Java. So I'm using create cell and then I'm giving 1. So what's happening now, it's created a copy, backend copy, it has been created. Now what's happening here, I need to give set cell type number numeric, because right now I'm going to store what, 150, which is a number. So I'm giving cell type as numeric, I'm giving. If you want to store some other thing, you have to change to a different one. For example, if I want to store a string information, this one right now is a numeric. Right now this is a numeric, I'm storing number, I'm storing. If I want to store a string, okay, I need to give like this, cell dot, okay, I need to give what, cell type string I want to give, cell type string I want to give, that's the information. Okay, which one you want, you can do it. Then cell value, for example, I'll just give Murali, that should be in string, because I'm making it as a string information there. That cell value can accept string information I'm giving, so I'm making it as string information. Okay, here also what, when I'm writing, everything is been done in the backend copy. When I want to store it in the respective original Excel sheet, here I have to use file output stream. The same thing there what we did in the respective text file, when I want to read and write, what we use the information buffered writer, and then using the out.flush, sorry, okay, using the out.flush only things, everything is been written there. Here also what, we have to use the file output stream here class. Okay, that file output stream class, what it will do, it will accept me the respective Excel sheet information. Then here we have a method called write, and there I need to give the respective object information of the file output stream. Then what, this method will write everything, it will store entire information from the copy to the original file. That's what this will do for you. Okay, then we are closing the connection information. Okay, then finally Excel file return. This one wb.write, you want to comment it, sheet dot, this one you want to comment this one, yeah, sure. First we'll see the positive case, then we'll see that one. I'll run this one. Oh sorry, process cannot access, file is open right now. I'll close this one, I'll run this one, file is written. It's written Murali. Okay, so now I'll just, this is what about your file information. Okay, right now I'll just